Alright guys, so today I'm going to do a live counter video. Um, Basically, I'm going to go over how I live counter, why I insert certain plays, and what you need to do to be able to live counter. So this is my alt. I'm going to use the level for yesterday as an example so you can see what I did and how I did it and why. So one of the things you want to do is you want to go in and you're going to look here at basically you can go in and scout the other league and see what the majority of the league runs, whether it's West Coast, Smash Mouth, or Vertical, which are the most common ones, or for the occasional Rainbow that likes to run spread. Um, you can adjust for them also, but basically that's the first thing you can do, just to kind of give an idea to set up. In general, I 99% of the time, I'm probably set up for a mix of Vert and West Coast, unless we match a specific league and I know they run something, you know, I'll tailor it to, if they're scheme heavy or whatever. But that's the first thing you want to do when you match a league, especially a top league, is go through, scout, see what they do. Everybody's pretty much the same in power, so it really doesn't matter, and everybody pretty much has the same team. With that being said, um, say for instance you get tagged, okay? So somebody starts driving on you, you're tagged a live counter and you catch it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy, Magneto, because he actually played me yesterday and I did live counter him. Is the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to hit scout. And I'm going to see which scheme he is. And everybody knows this, but you go in and you count, and obviously he has 7 or more avert, which is his base scheme. So now I'm going to, before I do anything else, I know that he is vertical. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going in and I will go to my 2-point plays. So I immediately back out once I know what scheme he is. I go to my strategy and I go to my 2-point plays, and I will set up for uh, whatever the vert 2-point counters may be. Um, that's the very first thing you do, because if you can get 1 or even 2 out of 3 stops um, with the 2 points, along with a drop possibly, then you've just saved your league, anywhere between 10 to 12 points maybe, depending. Um, Usually it's an 8 to 10 point swing, which is pretty good. So that's the first thing that you're going to do. Now, he started a drive, right? And I'm watching him drive now. I set up for the 2-point. I go back in, and now I'm watching him drive on me. So the first play that he did is he went HB Mountain tossed. So I saw that, and I was like, okay, let me see what he does next, because I want to see what else he tries to do on first down, just so I kind of had a general idea. So he went HB Mountain toss, then he went plunge, which isn't bad on basically second and short, and then he went trap on first, which is dumb. I don't ever really run trap on first down because most people blitz, and it sucks against the blitz. And then he went PA cell and got in trouble, and then he went 4 verticals here, didn't get it, and then he paused for probably a good minute or two checking in. So I immediately went in and I took out a play that I had in on first down that I knew wasn't the best against toss, and I left the ones in that were good against toss. So that's what I did while he paused on this third down, and I saw what he did. Because as soon as I got him to third down, I knew he was going to have a fourth. So I went ahead and went in and adjusted my first down to take away toss and, possibly try to get him into that situation again, especially if you try to do the same thing he just did. So that's what I was doing. So then he hits mesh switch, okay? So he got the touchdown. Well, luckily I got him on the stop because I, kind of already had set up a base, 2-point defense for West Coast and vertical. It's kind of just a toss up on which one hit me first. And he just happened to didn't do it, and I noticed he went mesh. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, if he wants to pass, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take out what I know stops base and make him pass against me and make him get mesh. So that's what I did when I saw that he got the fourth down. And I also went in and took out two plays that I knew weren't probably the best against mesh switch. And I only left one play in on fourth and long. And I'll show you what it is here in a second. After this, I show you the second drive. So second drive, right, becomes out HB Mountain Toss. Now I live counted for it. I went ahead, took out a play I knew wasn't against Toss, and knew the ones that were still in were good again. So I didn't touch my second and 12 because he didn't get anything on it before on second and long. He tried to go PSL again, didn't get it. Then he goes PI on third down. Probably not the best move, Cotton, but hey, it didn't work out for him. I never touched my third and long because it stopped him before. And then he goes mesh switch again. And this is where I get my drop because I figured, okay, well, if he's going to go mesh switch on the first one, he's probably going to do it on the second one if I can get him into a fourth again. And that's exactly what I did. And then he dropped. So when he's doing that and he dropped, me kind of overthinking because I saw him get into this and then I knew he was in a fourth down again. I went in and adjusted, basically playing the chess match, and I took out what I knew stopped the pass, and I adjusted for base because I thought, okay, well, he's already dropped 1-2 point. He just dropped a drive. He's probably going to try to get cute and run base, but he didn't on this last drive, and I'll show you. So he actually took a really long pause after this, and I actually went and started opening packs because we were up and I was bored. And then he comes back with this. So not really much going on first, but I'll show you why he was kind of getting, 5-6 yards. He stopped trying to go outside and he started going inside. So he started playing smart. And I'll show you why that worked here in a second when I go into my game plan and show you what I did. And then he hits levels wide sell here on 2nd and 10. And I've already adjusted for it now. But then at the time, I had a couple man press plays in. And that's what he was seeing against his PA or blitz. So, I kind of switched it around just because I hate giving up big chunks like that. But now I'm going to go into my game plan and show you what I actually did. So while he's doing this, right, what am I doing? I don't even know where I'm going. So I'm going over here to my game plan. And first down. What I did is this is what I left in to stop toss on the outside runs, which worked. And what I took out was, I believe I had in cover one robber press, and I took it out because if he gets a block or something right there, it's not that good. And these are the plays that I left in to stop running. And now what he did was smart on the last drive. He started running, basically dive plays up the middle against flat four, 3 double sky, and even 2-man press with trap and plunge in that. He started going up the middle. But on the first drive, when I took cover one robber press out, he couldn't go anywhere against toss. And this is what was stopping him and forcing him. And then he got into the second and longs. And here, I've already adjusted. I actually had, I believe I had another blitz in, and think I might even had, so this is my second and medium. He might have hit it against, cover one robber press. Who knows? But, it's one of those things I kind of adjusted. But for the fourth and long, what I did when I saw I use mesh switch, I had these 3 plays in to start, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, he just hit mesh switch. Which one of these 3 would probably not be good against mesh switch? Well, 3 double sky, you have the cornerback blitzing there, so that go route's going to be open right off the middle until they basically hit the safety. So I pulled it out, and then I'm looking at cat 3 blitz, and I know that if the blitz comes from that side with the go route, which is what he hit, he's probably going to get it wide open. And even if he's not, there's going to be a gap in the zone. So I took it out and I made him run it against cover 3 contain. And that's what he messed up against, because there was a linebacker in the middle and he had to wait for it and throw it at Sean Taylor. So that's how I justified pulling the other 2 plays and only leaving that one in. Now that's kind of like what we do when we live counter. We know guys do specific things for 3rd and long and 4th and long, and we put in specific plays. That's what we do, but you also have to know what stops what. So for instance, like my 3rd and medium here, I have Tango, which I know is decent against middle slants. Cover two show 4, which is confuses people on spacing switch. 3 double sky also. And then also, 3rd and medium, if they're going to try to hit levels by cell, buzz 4 flats is also a good one, and flat 4. So I have a variety in, but if I see something specific, I'll go out and take them out, and I'll live counter. I'll usually only put in like maybe 2 plays instead of 5. I'll pluck them out and only put 2 plays in, because I'm trying to stop something specific. Now, with that being said, the majority of my 1st, 2nd, and 3rd downs are all 5 plays. And the reason why they're 5 plays is because I'm trying to stop a vast majority of plays, and I'm using plays that confuse people a lot and make them go to other reads against some of the most common plays. So if they haven't practiced these plays against them, they're at a disadvantage, because they don't know what the 2nd and 3rd reads are, and they panic, they make mistakes, which is what you want to cause. So hopefully you guys have learned something from this. This is just how I live counter. I know there's plenty of other people who live counter differently, but this is my technique that I've used all year, and it has worked really, really well for me. And granted, I've put in a lot of time learning what counters what, knowing what stops what, and basically you have to update every couple months, because the plays change, the players get faster, so some plays aren't as good against others now. Like when Sean Taylor came out, basically you had to revamp your defense and your game plan, because he basically coverages and plays that should have been good against certain things weren't anymore, and you had to revamp it, and you're gonna have to do that. So staying on top of what counters what. I literally have, myself and Lenny have a storage. All we do is store stuff defensively. That's all we do. I will store and hoard everything defensively that I know of, and I will go back and I will plug it in and I will test it, and I keep it, and I have a pretty, it's not, an Excel spreadsheet or anything like that, but if you've ran a play or it's gone for a home run against NNS, I probably have the counter for it, and I probably know what stops it. And that's just something I pride myself on as a defense. I don't spend money on the game to have a defense to get shit on in every level. Or, offense is the easy part. Anybody, I say it's the easy part, but, most people can score, but how many people know how to live counter correctly, or how many people can stop people live counting, or know the plays that what stops what, or keep up with it? That's what separates a good player from a great player, or somebody who's an above average player, is somebody who can go in and they know what they're seeing and they know what they're playing against. So I'll go through my offensive drives real quick before I end the video here. So here what I did, basically just use base. And the reason why I use base is because I knew I went in, used the first base, and then I knew from the moment that I saw what he had in, I knew that I could bust it against base. So I just ran it back to back, and that's what I did. And I did it again here because I would have broken the first one for another touchdown, but I'm pretty sure I got tripped up. So here, started going back to my scheme, and then got into a 3rd and 7, went sluggo, keeping it simple, base, Trying again, base, base. Boring, but I knew what was going to beat him, and I knew what I was seeing. So I'll take boring in a 24 all day, as long as I know, what's going on and how to score. So this is my live counter video. Hopefully you guys learned something from it, and take something away, some knowledge, and I hope it helps somebody.